$500 per month can completely change your life. As when you're doing the practice I'm about to recommend, you are embarking on the road of the natural human. You're following your natural way of life. And if you are just willing to pay $500 per month, which is a lot, but it is a basic human need. It is about diet. Yes, it is about diet. Confirmation successful. To make this quick, I don't have much to illustrate, but I can tell you right now that me, I'm open up about my condition. Yeah, I have a disorder. Not an eating disorder, maybe I do, because I'm crazy. But I have a mental disorder, I think it's called. And a mental condition that is ever so common these days, unfortunately. I don't really have the answer to everything else. I'm not specified or have researched enough. But what I'm saying is that I have a condition called autism. Amazing, right? It didn't really stop me from doing these videos because my purpose layer I'm working on. I have autism. After this diet, I still have autism. But my symptoms, way easier to handle or way less intense. Ability to focus went up. Even people without autism does this. But especially me. Cases like me. Maybe I wasn't that way. I've never been that way. But for the first time in a long time, I was sitting in my school bench, right? Because I'm a student. Yeah, last year of high school. For the first time in a long time, I could listen to what the teacher said. Naturally, I didn't listen very well because your life can change like this. It can definitely change pretty quickly, but I didn't really listen perfectly well. I could listen now before I just sleeping, falling in and out of sleep. And I'm telling you, yeah, sure, I was sleep deprived, and sure, I had I was a young guy or whatever, and sure, I hated school. But even times I wasn't sleep deprived, even times I, was trying to listen, I was still falling in out of sleep. It didn't matter, no matter if I had good sleep or if I slept 12 hours or 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours or how many hours you want small kids to sleep. It didn't really matter because I was eating dirt. Barely. I was barely holding on. I wasn't dying, but this, it's still not gone. It haunts me now. But if it doesn't break out that often, right? Much better now than before. This acne skin. But for $500, you can completely change your life. And you're like, oh, but that's just for diet. This will, and has seen a lot of cases where mental health improves. And it improves mental health because people say it is improve mental health. It improves this. It insulin resistance removes it. It helps your mental health because you don't have a fucking brain fog and you're like, oh, what is brain fog? Everyone is throwing around this term. It's basically a condition where you feel like you have weight down. It is extremely difficult and it is vague as I explain it, for it is extremely difficult to explain, and that's why you probably don't even know it yet, even though you've heard it a million times. But you will realize this as you implement the practice. When you start quit eating carbs, fibers, all that shit. Eat keto diet, carnivore, lion. You will start to feel a difference. It's like this brain fog lifted, weight lifted from your head. It's like you unlock more thought patterns. It's like they have been diluted and covered, and now you're freeing up. It's like you're freeing space in your head. More energy throughout the day. Even on worse sleep, you have more energy. You have more energy. Of course, you still should have still good sleep, but this will make a big ass difference. Your skin condition will get better. Mine is not perfect yet, but it will be better. Will smell less shit. Of course, maybe still shower to be a normal human being, maybe. But this does help with that as well. People have quit their deodorant because of it. So mental health definitely helps. And physical health. You feel stronger. You're in the gym. You're like, how do I get my protein? And if you're eating carnivore, you will never ever lack protein. Or you're eating 100 grams per day, bro. Protein, it is the perfect diet for muscle growth, right? Because you're getting protein. And then you're like, oh, but I need carbs for body. But there are big guys only on carnivore. I'm on carnivore, but I'm not the biggest guy. I've gone to the gym for a while now, but I'm not eating at all. I'm like fasting every other day, so I'm not eating. I'm not building as much as I could. Or my current purpose is not aligned to that of bodybuilding. I still like to do exercise, and I still like to maintain, or I'm trying to grow a little bit. I'm not trying to get real muscular, but I'm not trying to lose all muscle. Maintaining is kind of a bullshit thing, but I'm going like 2-3 times a week, and when I'm doing it, I'm going to failure, of course. I'm not that pussy in the gym. When I'm actually in the gym, you might as well not be a pussy, right? I'm not a pussy in the gym. But that's a decision I made through, aligning everything to my purpose, my deeper core purpose layer, which is right now, educating myself more. For I am a very young guy. 2 years ago, started self-improvement, and what I mean by self-improvement, I started improving my life, started, actually sleeping. I started learning, educating myself about this diet, what I'm talking about now. I started educating myself about, cold shower, meditation, gratitude journaling, going to the gym, and all exercise, healthy overall. But if you can, for $500 a month, eat line diet with chuck roast. Simple. Keto diet. If you haven't heard of it, it is you're eating fat, not glucose. Literally your body. It's like your metabolism. Your metabolic state changes that of natural metabolic state. Not people call it fasting metabolic state, but it is our natural. We humans aren't built to eat sugar 3 times a day. In fact, we aren't even built to eat every day. Sometimes we don't get food, right? So it's more likely that we don't eat every day than eat 3 times a day. And eat 3 times a day sugar or McDonald's. Do you think you can find chicken nuggets, or do you find KFC fries or chicken nuggets or whatever it is in nature, in the cave? No, you don't. Oh, but we got vegetables still. Did we really? We didn't have any in ice ages when our evolution were going very, very fast. We haven't always had, and even 10,000 years ago. Sure, we might have eaten bread, yes. But do you think we eat 3-4 times? You think we had snack 3-4 times a day we eat? No, we saved for the winter. We worked the whole day in the field, and when you got home, you got a little bread. Sure. But it's like, oh yeah, it's 1 p.m. you need to eat now. Oh, it's 4 p.m. you need to eat again. 7 p.m. late night snack. And then 9 p.m. oh, maybe have a banana before bed. Like, no, that's not how it works. It is not natural. When you transition to what is natural, you get insane results. You fast for the first time, you feel an insane difference. You eat meat for the first time, you feel like your brain is clearing up. You're like a vegan, hasn't eaten meat in a long time. Yeah, big, difficult life, man. $500 a month. That's the Swedish price. Of course, we don't pay dollars with Swedish, but that's around it, you could say. and that is with shuck roast or shuck roll, whatever they're called. They're difficult name. Shuck roll or shuck roast. It is the second fattiest part of the cow, which is the best you can eat in a carnivore line diet perspective, which you've probably heard of online, and it is legit. It does definitely help you. And it makes sense, and I thought this was insane. You need to eat at least some vegetables. But when I said keto diet, I understood, because even 2 years ago, like when I started self-improvement, I was going on keto pretty early on. For I knew that bread, pasta, rice, and all stuff, ultra-processed food, and carbs. And carbs convert to sugar. And why would I eat a bunch of sugar? Same with fiber, honestly. Fiber is a different kind of carb, and it's from a plant. And it has plant toxins, and it's indigestible. It is indigestible, it is kind of sugar, and it is a plant. And when I say it's a plant, every carnivore guy is like, yeah, I'm not eating it because it's a plant. If you're not one of those insane guys, then fiber is indigestible to our body. When we eat it, it's going out in the toilet. That's why you're going to the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day, and you're enjoying it. You know why? You're sitting down and, oh, this shit was so amazing. Because you have waste products, you have poisons. When your body gets rid of it, it gives you that pleasure on your ass or whatever it is. Of course it gives you pleasure on your ass because you get rid of shit you shouldn't have there. And you're like, oh, but it's nutrients, guys. It's nutritious to eat vegetables. It's nutritious if your whole body's fucking... You have bowel motions all day. What's up with your gut, man? Like, of course your gut is like this. Because you're having fucking things that doesn't even work. Your body's not even supposed to digest it. It's like going right in the toilet. It's like, and you're like, oh, but man, my stomach will it break because I don't eat any fiber. No, it's the opposite. It's when you eat fiber that shit could potentially happen, because fiber, it's just stuck there. It's like, it's hard to remove. It takes weeks for it. It's like, it's stuck. Of course it does get removed, but that stuff doesn't get out. You're like, oh, but fiber is good for bowel motion, whatever. You don't need it. I shit like 3 times a week. If I don't cheat my diet 2 to 3 times a week. And cheating my diet. This is the best diet that ever exists, because it is the diet I literally never cheat on. Maybe 2 times in the last 2 years. 2 times. Not every week. Every other diet, every vegan diet, every other diet, you're cheating every other week. You're having that fucking tuna every 2 weeks if you're a vegan, because you can't, because you need that protein. And then there are guys who has been super disciplined for 10 years, and vegans, them no muscle, by the way. Side note. But this diet works. The dieting advice, eat less and move more, doesn't work either. The best way to control your weight is through your eating. And it's actually the only way, because if you move more, you eat more. So, you're like, oh, but I'm gonna gym, I'm gonna do cardio to lose 300 calories. Well, you will be hungrier after that, so it's not a real solution. Oh, do cardio to lose weight. It's not a solution, because you eat more when you move more. So it's the way you eat. So if someone has this gut, it's what do you drink or what do you eat? Right. So for $500 a month, you can lose this. You can lose this brain fog. You can look attractive as fuck. You can get your libido, your testosterone up high as fuck. Because cholesterol, oh my, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die with cholesterol, says your doctor, who looks like this, who has a beer gut. He's drinking beer every other day. He's just a normal human. A normal human in this society is this, because his job is depressing. I can't even really... Of course, it is bad as a doctor, because your mission is essentially to help people, but then you're giving them advice. But his life is probably shit, the doctor, and most people's lives are shit because they're not really focusing on their purpose. And as a man who is not following his mission or purpose or direction in life, he is like an empty shell. That is something I heard from the book, and it resonates with me. When I don't do my purpose, I feel purposeless. And when I'm purposeless, I feel directionless. And when I'm directionless, I feel... not good. Not good. Not as I should. But if you're willing to do this, $500 a month eating only steak, this line that you can eat carnivore, you can search carnivore line, you eat only meat-based product. But what I'm doing right now is I'm doing the best diet now. And I'm fasting every other day. I'm an insane guy, of course. Maybe you don't have to follow that, but search more about lion and carnivore diet. Maybe check out other of my videos, because I have some on them. But lion diet, eating like shuck roast or shuck roll. If you can afford, eat ribeyes. If you're a very rich guy or whatever, if you're a guy who wants to invest a lot into his food, but even then it costs like, I don't know, like 2K a month if you eat only ribeyes. So it's, you need to sell organs, or you need to have an online business, or else you can't really afford it. But yeah, shuck roast, shuck roll, with a fuck ton of fat, because it's a ketogenic diet. So maybe add a fuck ton of butter or beef tallow. You can search that up if you're interested in it. But if you are willing to go to the next stage, then it will probably change your life. And if it doesn't, or if it doesn't do that much, or whatever, try it. It doesn't kill you. I would be dead if it did. Oh, but long term it doesn't kill me. You can do it 2 weeks. I've done it for like 2 years and haven't died. And I know people have done it for 14 plus years and haven't died. And I know that your ancestors have done it and survived evolution. And that says something, biology surviving evolution. While other creatures not. There are many creatures who doesn't survive evolution, but we have survived for millions of years eating meat. The Ice Age, we eat mammoth. Mammoth is our diet. Have you ever seen a cave painting of a salad? Try it out, for your ancestors did it. And ancestors had 4 or 5 digits of testosterone. Oh, but my ancestors only lived to 50. Try this out. It won't kill you. I am 100% sure. I'm not a professional, I'm just a guy on YouTube, but it won't kill you. There are some doctors, you can even search Dr. Anthony Shafee, Dr. Barry, Dr. Ken Barry, Dr. Anthony Shafee, there are many more, Dr. Sean Baker, and then there are many others doctors. So there are many doctors who does this practice, actually practice, and then there are many who does keto diet. And this is another kind of keto diet. So it should not kill you. In fact, you should be afraid of what you're eating right now. That thing, that McDonald's that survives 2 years outside. You put McDonald's burger, they have done tests, right? Put McDonald's burger outside, and then not even flies, not even those mushroom, green mushroom that grows on, old, I don't know what it's called, but it's the green mushrooms grows on old food. It's called mögel in English. It's like mögel. Let's see what it's called. Mögel English. Mildew. Mold. It's called mold. Not even mold will literally attack like McDonald's burgers and all that stuff. Like, what? That's not food, man. Not even mold will have a feast. Like, what the fuck does that mean? How are you alive? I don't even understand how people... Man, human bodies are powerful. Because I don't understand how people don't die earlier. They should drop dead when they eat that stuff. Maybe they actually did at one point, but it did change it because it's a business, McDonald's, right? And KFC, so maybe that's the case. But if you want to be not just hanging on a little thread by life, then try this if you want to thrive.